My name is Esmeralda Munguia. Today we are going to discuss QuickBooks Online. In today's presentation, we're going to discuss the different capabilities of QuickBooks Online. We're going to go in detail over the gear icon, the plus sign new icon, the reports, and the audit log. QuickBooks Online is great for accounts receivable. You can invoice your customers directly from QuickBooks. Once your customer receives their invoice, they are able to pay you with the click of a button. The payment methods available to your client are ACH or credit card. The ACH fee is 1% with a max of $10. Credit card fees are 2.4% plus 25 cents if you swipe the credit card. 2.9% plus 25 cents if your customer pays you online using a credit card, and up to 3.4% plus 25 cents if you key in the client's credit card. The accounts payable is very straightforward. For cash basis, you have three options: check, expense, or bill. The expense is normally used for after-the-fact transactions such as credit card transactions or auto debit transactions from your bank account. If you're on a cash basis method, the only time you will need to enter a bill is if you paid half of a bill and you want to keep track of the money you still owe. However, be careful, because the most frequent mistakes I see bookkeepers do is that they will forget that they entered a bill and they will cut a check instead of using the open balance due from the bill. The problem with this scenario is that you will overstate your expenses. Here's an example of the scenario. When you enter a bill, the system automatically credits the accounts payable and debits the expense account. When you cut the check from the pay bill, the system will debit the accounts payable and credit your bank account, thus zeroing out your accounts payable. But if you forget to pay the bill and use a check option, now you have an AP balance and the same expense entered twice. For accrual basis, you must use the bill. And remember that the date is very important. You enter the date that you show on your vendor's invoices. QuickBooks Online has the capability of running your payroll, direct deposit, 401k plans and health benefits, the payroll liability payments. QuickBooks Online has the capability of processing payroll. However, I wouldn't recommend it for those employers who have over 10 employees. There is a membership for the payroll subscription. It is not part of your membership, your monthly membership. It's something separate. For instance, the Simple Start is $35 a month plus $4 per employee. The Essential membership is $47.50 plus $4 per employee. And the Plus is $77.50 plus $8 per employee. Now, it does have direct deposit. You can pay your employees via direct deposit. There is a limit though, and that depends on the amount that you're paying the employees. Because there's a limit, I would recommend that you process your payroll at least 2 to 3 days before your payroll is due you will have to submit a direct deposit limit increase form to QuickBooks Online, and you have to do that 2 days prior to processing your payroll. QuickBooks Online has a 401k plans as well and health benefits. It also has the capability of processing your payroll liability payments and your quarterly, yearly forms. And let me go back a little bit to the payroll liability payments. There is a form that you need to fill out for both, for the payroll liability payments and the payroll tax reports, the federal and state reports. And when you set up the QuickBooks payroll module, it will route you to the form that you need to fill out. You have to sign that form. A representative or the president and CEO of the company will have to sign that form, and you will either fax it to the IRS or mail it to the IRS. The inventory option in QuickBooks, the only time I would use this option is if you are keeping your inventory after the fact. In other words, the only thing that is important to you is the balance at the end of the month, quarter, year. QuickBooks Online is very specific about the things that you can do and edit on your inventory module. If you do want to keep inventory and you want to know the amounts and it's a high volume of inventory, then your best option will probably be QuickBooks Enterprise, the desktop version. They do have an advanced inventory module that keeps track of all your inventories, all the movement. You can connect it to your POS and it will decrease the inventory as orders are coming in. It will also alert you to let you know that your inventory is low. QuickBooks Online has an inventory module. However, I wouldn't recommend using the inventory module if you want to keep track of every item in your inventory. It works great for after the fact inventory if you keep your inventory maybe on a spreadsheet or a different software. And the only thing you care about is the balance at the end of the month, quarter, or year. QuickBooks Online inventory is very particular about the things that you're able to edit. And that's where problems come in because you are not able to adjust your inventory correctly. If you're thinking about keeping track of your inventory, then you probably need to move over to QuickBooks Enterprise, the desktop version. They do have an advanced inventory module that you can connect to your POS, that is the point of sale system, and it will actually track the inventory for you. It will alert you when you're low. It will also it will decrease the inventory as the orders are coming in. The gear icon and the plus sign icon are very similar, and we'll discuss the plus sign shortly. For now, let's concentrate on the gear icon. It is located on the far right side of your screen. It contains the account and settings. If you need to change your address, that's where you probably want to be. If you need to make changes to your subscription, you will want to be under the account and settings. Manage users, that portion is to add or delete any users to the QuickBooks Online account. Custom forms and styles. Here's where you want to be if you need to make any changes to the invoicing or your company logo, or you need to add or delete a company logo. That's where you want to be. And of course, the chart of accounts. This is where you're going to enter and delete any new accounts. Inactivate, you're not actually able to delete, but you can inactivate the accounts. Under the list, you have all list. If you select the all list, it will bring up all the items you sell. It's more for the inventory purpose. Products and services. The products and services is where it will list all the items that are in your invoicing, the products that you're invoicing to your customers or clients. The reoccurring transactions, we will want to use this only for accounts receivable. If you have any customers or clients that have a set fee and you bill that amount every month, then you probably want to do a reoccurring transaction for the invoice that you're going to email your client or your customer, and the system will actually send it on the date you select. Under the right side, we have tools. This option you will only use if you need to export any data. Let's say you change your mind, you want to keep track of inventory. Now we need to move to QuickBooks Desktop, and that's where you want to go, the export data. The reconciliation option is also under the tools, and the audit log, which we'll discuss shortly. The plus new icon located on the far left side of your QuickBooks file. This is similar to your gear icon, but it has a little bit more options. And it's divided into the customers, vendors, employee, and other. As you can see under the customers, this is where you would come to do the invoice, receive payments, prepare an estimate, issue a credit memo, or refund a receipt. For your vendors, this is where you would come and enter the expense that we talked about earlier, check or the bill. And here is the pay bill. This is if you have an outstanding balance on one of the bills, you will come to Payable and it will cut the check for you. It will issue the check. Purchase order, if you have to keep track of your purchase orders, the vendor's credit and the credit card credits are here. Under the employees, this is to run your payroll. Under the other transaction, you have the option for the bank deposit if you need to enter a bank deposit after the fact. The transfers, I don't suggest you use transfers. If you do it as a transfer, and let's say you accidentally record it as an other asset instead of an expense, then you would have to reverse the whole transaction because the system will not allow you to move it from an asset or a liability to an expense. And then, of course, your journal entries. This is where you would come to if you need to prepare a journal entry. If you're issuing statements, this is where it would be under the other. And last but not least is the inventory quantity adjustment. Under the plus new icon, towards the bottom of the page, you'll see the report section. You probably want to be under For My Accountant section. That is where you're going to find your trial balance, adjusted trial balance, your balance sheet, your profit and loss statement, the general ledger, and the adjusting journal entries will be under the journal report, but you have to customize that report. The reconciliation report will also be under For My Accountant section, and the statement of cash flow. The audit log is very important. You will find this audit log under the gear icon. Your gear icon, as we discussed earlier, is on the far right side of your screen. You will click the audit log and it will bring you to this screen, and you are able to search by user, date, and events. The audit log is very important if you're looking for a transaction that maybe was changed, deleted, or voided. It will give you the actual report of when it was voided, when it was deleted, when it was changed. as well as the original transaction, so you're able to recreate that transaction again.